Hi, everybody. Rhonda Lee Jones here. Welcome to the Rose Show. Um, you're here on the ground floor. Nobody's here, but when you see it, you'll be here on the ground floor. Before I actually change the name of all this madness, I am looking at other names. I'm going to be talking about two things today. Um, Three reasons to live in your purpose, because I am very purpose driven, and I will elaborate on that a little bit later. And possible new names for this show because I thought of the Rose Show. Uh, and that's nice. It has sort of a late night with David Letterman sort of feel, but I'm not sure if that's going to encompass everything that I'm doing here. Let me say right off the bat that this show is for entertainment purposes only, and I will be talking about life hacks that I use and that I've heard of, but it's not intended to be a replacement for, advice from a professional. I'm not a professional in any of this. I'm just a live person making mistakes and doing things and experimenting. But yeah, it's not to replace, therapy or anything like that, medical advice, none of that. This is just me, your friend, talking to you about the things that I do and that I've heard that other people are doing and that work for them. So yeah, I'm kind of a rant. Those who know me know I'm very much of a random, speaker. My brain works in random ways, and so I hope that's enjoyable for you. I'm going to be talking about hopefully new names for this experiment. This is my super secret summer project. It is it's personal growth for artists, basically. Anyone else who wants to be, creative. I believe we are all creative people. I believe that the natural state of the human being and other animals as well, obviously, is to be an artist. You don't have to be a professional to to reap intense benefits from creativity. You can be a professional, obviously. That's one way of doing it. But I like to dance. I would never call myself a professional dancer, even though I have done it on stage. Um, I it's about joy, and creating is about joy. And if you want to push that into the professional realm, then you should definitely do that and learn those skills. Anyway, I'm going to talk about some possible new names for this, and I would love for people to chime in once they catch up with me and see this episode. Um, One of the things I've thought of changing the name to is Too Much Soup. And that's because I heard a story on Instagram where somebody said, the soup spoon has one purpose, to transport soup. And when you put it under a running faucet, everything goes haywire. The soup panics because it's like there's too much soup. And my brain is like that faucet. So yeah, too much soup. So I hope to find some faucet turines, maybe some larger spoons who can take all this information and enthusiasm, because it's gonna be a lot. Too much soup. Also, my name is Rhonda Lee Jones, RLJ. And I thought about WTF with RLJ. That's that's a possibility. What are my others? I have a list. Talking to myself. That's another one, which I really like. I really like that. Because as a performer, there's that element of talking to yourself if you can't directly see an audience, even though one's coming. So anyway, those are some ideas I have for that. I don't know how long I'm going to talk in these things. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to definitely do it once a week. I thought about having an episode um 3 days a week where I give you one item per day, and I don't know if that's going to work for me for my schedule. I'm tired at night after working all day, and in the morning I'm doing other things, other artistic things. So it might just be Saturday morning. Anyway, I'm in my pajamas. I thought I could do. Things are going to change as we go. Things are going to change, get better. and we're gonna grow together, hopefully. But I do have ideas, and I have learned a few things, and I want to pass those things along. And I know of other wonderful people out there who have podcasts and TED Talks and all sorts of things that I want to, turn you on to as well. But anyway, so having a purpose in life. When you I am purpose driven. And what I mean by that is there is something larger, than myself that I hold on to, that sort of that inspires my days, that gets me up out of bed in the morning. And that that hasn't always been the case. I spent a lot of time wondering where I belonged and what I should be doing. And I'm going to do an episode at some point in the future, probably soon, about how to find your purpose if you haven't found it yet. And it doesn't have to be some big lofty thing. It doesn't have to be a hard thing. It can be a hard thing. Um, my purpose is okay. So my work is storytelling. I'm a late blooming actor. I've been a writer before, and I still write from time to time. But yeah, my work is storytelling. My purpose, they say that your work is what you do, but your purpose is what happens to other people when you do what you do. So what I hope is to, with acting and any other storytelling I do, is to inspire people, to to see their life in a positive light, in a useful way, you know, take the pain and use it, take the beauty and use it. But also, I want to inspire them to do the things that they want to do, to do their purpose. I definitely want to inspire other actors to act, and other writers to write, and entrepreneurs to make businesses, and visionaries to see things and manifest those things for, hopefully the benefit of everyone. Um, so that's what I want to inspire. I want to inspire. I have this channel now. When it was a comedy channel, that I wanted to take you along on my comedy journey, and I'll tell you a little bit about how that went. It was a time in my life where I learned a lot, and it was great. It was a 3-year period. Um, I say a lot. I think I've complained about that before. I've got to go back to Toastmasters and fix that. But yeah, I that was my idea, taking you along on the journey, and that's still my idea with this. It's just the journey is a little bit different now. It's a little bit different. And here we go. So I would like to encourage you guys to, every time I put a video out, I want you to go and Google and be curious and find your own reasons and your own bullet points and that sort of thing. Because this is, I'm not I don't want to present myself as someone who knows everything on a topic. I'm just an inquisitive person who likes to learn. And, I'm giving you what I learn, and hopefully you can go learn, and go beyond, whatever you see here, to benefit your own life and to inspire you to do your work. So, the first item on my list, there could be so many. I will probably come back with other reasons to live in a purpose. Your purpose, when you have a purpose, it lights up your life. It lights you up and brings you to life. It makes you fulfilled. I won't say happy. I won't say happy, because sometimes it will make you happy. But I feel that happiness isn't necessarily the goal. Fulfillment is. Happiness is an emotion that comes and goes. It's lovely, but it's not going to stay around. Those of you who, I don't know, have children, maybe that's your purpose, to raise some fine humans, and release them into the world. But every day getting up as a parent is not, there's going to be frustration. There's going to be, um, experiences that you'd rather not have. There are going to be emotions you'd rather not have. But overall, it's a fulfilling, it's a fulfilling journey. And art is the same. You're going to get up some days and you're not going to want to do it. You're going to do it anyway because that's what you do, right? You're going to do it anyway. Um, there are days I don't want to go to rehearsal. I go anyway. Usually, you know, you have a wonderful experience, or at least a worthwhile experience while you're there, and you're definitely glad you went, and you see this project moving forward inch by inch, even though you can't always imagine how that's going to happen, but you trust the process, and that it's going to materialize. Something wonderful is going to happen. So just having a purpose, whatever that is, and you have to define it for yourself. It gives life meaning. It gives your life meaning. If you can define a purpose and put it into words, and that can change. You don't have to. This isn't something you're married to. For the next million years. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But just if you can define some sort of purpose, or at least go on a journey, you know, to discover that purpose. And I'm going to do episodes on that, and give you tools. I'm always going to recommend journaling. Journaling has been such a wonderful tool in my life for self-discovery. But maybe your purpose is to practice your faith. Maybe your purpose is to care for your family. Maybe your purpose is to um, work your art. Maybe your purpose is to just make things and discover things. Maybe your purpose is just to, you know, be curious in this world, and go from thing to thing and discover things. Maybe that's your purpose. Maybe your purpose is, you know, as a healer in some way. There's so many different kinds of healers out there. But that's you're healthier. You're healthier if you have a purpose. Living longer is supposed to be a perk. I mean, just being healthier, because you if you have a mission, if you have something that you're getting up to do every day, and you have to do this thing, and these people depend on you, you're more likely to take care of yourself, your body, your mind. You're not going to be perfect at doing that, but you're going to probably be better, than you would. It'll get you up out of bed in the morning. It's good for depression, anxiety, all the things. So just having a purpose makes you healthier in general. Or it gives you a direction to go in, and having a direction is just it's invaluable. It really is. I can tell you, as someone who spent years not having that. And so it's like I know both sides of the coin. It's not something that's going to make all your troubles go away. In fact, it's probably going to give you additional problems to solve. But I heard someone say once, life is hard, choose your hard. Doing it or not doing it, they're both going to be difficult. You might as well choose the pain, you choose the difficulty that leaves you with something worthwhile, whatever that means for you. So, number one, reason to live in your purpose is it brings you to life. It lights you up. It gives you fulfillment. Number two is, this is something that came out of my own head. I'll be honest with you. I've not successfully found it in a Google search, but I suspect that when you live in a purpose, when you have a purpose in life, and you practice that regularly, hopefully daily, these activities you get into because of it will lead you to your people. Um, so that's a big reason. That's a big reason to do that. It will lead you to people who are like who live life in a way that you want to live life. They can make you better. They can help elevate you by helping you learn these skills. You know, um, As an actor, I find myself around actors all the time, and I love that. I don't know what it is about those people, but the energy that comes from them is amazing. You know, it feels good to me. It feels good to me, and I get them. The things that they say make sense to me, and I feel like the things I say make sense to them. So that's big. Living in your purpose can lead you to a place where you feel more understood. Um, and that's that's wonderful. That's wonderful. um, so that's number two. That's number two. I thought this was going to be a lot longer. We're moving through this pretty quickly. Um, anyway, number three. What is it? Oh, yeah, the big one. The big one. This is a doozy. Living in your purpose can help you avoid large doses of regret later in life. If you are a young person listening to this, please go out and do the thing that you want to do. If you want to make music, go make music. It's hard, it's scary. Yeah. Guess what? In 30 years, it's going to be harder and scarier, and you're going to wish that you had done it. Whatever that looks like for you, whether that means moving to Nashville, I don't know what you want to do. Go out and make it big. Go out, and just do something small. Have concerts in your living room. I don't know. Just whatever feels good to you and your soul, do it. Start doing it as soon as you can, and if you have children, encourage them to do their thing, you know, somehow allow that growth in that art to take place so these people won't be regret is a crushing emotion. It really is. I like the way that looks. I don't know what this pose is, but I like it. It feels like me. I I didn't go do the thing when I was younger. I didn't. I got distracted. And I'm doing it now, and I'm glad I'm doing it now, but I do often think, wow, what would life have been like this past 30 years if I had been living this life then? If I'd started then, where would I be? What would I be doing? What would I have accomplished? What projects would I have made? Who would I have met? And to my older people, um, I want to say it is not too late. You're still breathing. Go do it. Go do it. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to. Um, the opportunity is still there. And think of it this way, whatever fears are in your head now, before you had other fears. It's fear. Fear is an emotion. Um, what if it works? You know, the big fear thought is, what if it doesn't work? And what if it does work? You know, I used to be a, I used to cycle. I used to go mountain biking every now and then. And I was told not to look too hard at the trees. Look at the path, not the trees, because if you look at the trees, you're going to run into the trees. Your bicycle goes where your eyes go. Life works exactly the same way. If you're consumed by problems, that's what you're going to find. That's what you're going to run into. If you see your path, that's what you're going to find. That's what you're going to run into. The other stuff is still going to be there, but it's not going to be so overpowering. Yes, there will be problems. Yes, there will be difficulties. But there's nothing like there's nothing like giving it the old college try. I mean, we have this life. We have to do something with it. Do what you need to do with it. Um, so this is maybe wrapping up the first, the first, the first real sort of episode. I don't even know if I'm going to count this as an episode. This is kind of just practice. I'm going to talk about. Oh, here's one. Go Google this. This article. It's called 10 Powerful Benefits of Living with Purpose. It was published on Psychology Today. The author is not on this page. Hang on, I'll show you her name. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Meg Selig. She wrote it. She has some good ideas there that will help you. But yeah, just go out and make your art, do your acting, make your music, create your businesses. Um, I'm going to talk about a lot about overcoming fears. I know you're probably thinking about all the fears right now, as am I. And we're going to talk about fear and overcoming fear later, in a later episode. We're going to talk about, I don't know, I've got a ton of tools that I made for myself, and I'll be sharing those with you. Journal prompts are probably going to be a big thing. In fact, I'll give you a journal prompt right now. The best journal prompts are about asking yourself appropriate questions for solving a problem. So for finding your purpose, if you haven't found it already, ask yourself, if you are absolutely sure, this is a good one, if you're absolutely sure you could not fail, what would you go out there and do? What would you be doing? Give that one some thought. So I'm gonna close this episode, and seems like there's something I should be closing with. I did my intro, I did my disclaimer. I'll tell you to like, follow, and subscribe later when there's stuff to like, follow, and subscribe. I guess you could subscribe to this channel. And yeah, we're gonna be making. I keep bumping the screen. I'm gonna be making more episodes. Saturdays. It's gonna be Saturday mornings. Most like I'm gonna be hopefully doing it a little bit earlier. I'm gonna show up looking, more posh at some point. I don't know. I'm gonna make little improvements as we go along, and hopefully it's going to be something, something you're really going to enjoy. I tend to talk about 20-30 minutes at a time. 18 to 30 minutes is probably what it's going to be, and I'll probably have 3 points each time. And if you feel like it, drop me comments. Yeah, drop me comments about tell me what you would be doing with your life if you thought it could not fail. Tell me what you're doing with your life now. Tell me about the art you're making. Tell me about how you're living in your purpose or not, and why not. And if you want me to cover any sort of relevant topic, I have a whole list, but I would love to hear from you. What do you guys need? I probably have thoughts on it, and I might have experts I've read or something out there that might help. Anyway, so yeah, I love you guys. Go do your Saturday. Go make your art. Go do your thing. Write it, whatever it is. Create it, whatever it is, and go and enjoy your life. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye.